NRP Radio, and that was Lee Williams there with the song Jesus is Going to Fix It. And we want to thank you so much for keeping it locked right here on NRP Radio and NRP Media. And we do appreciate the fact that you continue to show appreciation to this radio station. And though we are operating online 24 hours per day, right indeed, nrpmediaja.com, that's the platform. We are now up on the news. Let's now take that and come right back to you with the details. Stand by. This is NRP Radio. It's 6:32. A very pleasant morning to you, and welcome now to our newscast right here on our platforms, nrpmediaja.com, also Facebook and YouTube at nrpmediaja. It's Monday, March 25. I am Leon Nash with the NRP Break of Day newscast. Here are the headlines. Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis expected to dispatch 2 reports to Parliament today. Member of Parliament for Southern Manchester, Robert Chin, apologizes to the Integrity Commission officers for failure to have the matter regarding outstanding financial records resolved. Opposition leader calls the government's recent treatment of the Integrity Commission reports scandalous. A decision to close the Gale PC Bank in St. Mary raises concerns for sitting councillor. And in sport, Reggae Boys' local contingent returns today after their successful 1-0 win over Panama yesterday. The news today is brought to you courtesy of NRP Radio, reaching you where you are. There are no boundaries, no limitations whatsoever.
Hi, I'm Genevieve.
And I'm Kalisha. And we are the Christo Praises. You're listening to NRP Media and Radio. Reaching you where you are. No boundaries, no limitations.
Now, the details of the news. Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis is expected to dispatch 2 reports to Parliament today that had been previously sent by her for tabling in the Assembly, but were returned to her department on Friday by Speaker of the House, Juliet Holness. The return of the reports reportedly took the Auditor General's department by surprise, resulting in the Auditor General having to disclose that the 2 reports were those she sent to Parliament on December 28 and January 29. The reports included a special audit of the Financial Services Commission, which was returned by Parliament to the Auditor General 84 days or nearly 3 months after the report was sent to the legislature for tabling. The other is a special audit of a Tax Administration Jamaica, which was sent back to the Auditor General 54 days or nearly 2 months after Parliament received the report for tabling. The Speaker had ruled that certain Integrity Commission reports must undergo Review's Integrity Commission Oversight Committee before being tabled. This decision was purportedly based on a legal opinion from the Attorney General, which remains unshared with the public despite repeated requests from the opposition. Parliament reportedly sent back the 2 reports to the AGD after the House Speaker was advised by Parliament's legal counsel that the AGD did not comply with the requirement that the documents should have been first sent to the responsible minister. Since Friday, many public commentators have described the failure to table the 2 reports from the AG for more than a month as a serious threat to efficient parliamentary oversight and monitoring of government agencies. The opposition PNP, for its part, said the Speaker's ruling has stymied the prompt tabling of the Auditor General's performance audit reports and is a deviation from the established protocol where there is a timely dissemination of crucial information vital for transparent governance. For his part, General Secretary of the Jamaica Labour Party, Dr. Horace Chang, on Friday charged that recent allegations have suggested a deliberate delay by the Speaker of the House in tabling reports from the Integrity Commission and the Auditor General. However, he said that as of Friday, there were no outstanding reports from either the Integrity Commission or the Auditor General awaiting tabling in Parliament. And in a related story, Member of Parliament for Southern Manchester, Robert Chin, is expected to visit the Integrity Commission offices today to have the matter of outstanding financial records resolved. In a public notice yesterday, the anti-corruption oversight body asked the Jamaica Labour Party MP to make himself available, stating that it has made several attempts to contact him without success. In a quick response, Chin, in a release, said that he has been in touch with the Integrity Commission over the last few months in relation to a requested financial statement for companies of which he is a director. He said that the statements have not yet been completed by the company's accountants and, as a result, are still outstanding. He apologized to the Commission for not providing an update to the Commission sooner. In recent weeks, the opposition has been appealing to the Andrew Holness-led government to release the names of 6 of its party members who it claimed were charged for illicit enrichment. However, instead of complying, it reportedly placed the members under a gag order not to speak about the matter. Meanwhile, speaking following its most recent National Executive Council meeting in Clarendon yesterday, opposition leader Mark Golding labeled the latest development with the integrity reports as scandalous.
They continue to hammer this home. I think it's scandalous. The whole approach of this government, which is to try and find ways of inhibiting the flow of information about things that are of a public interest to do with how the country is being managed by them. They're trying to inhibit that flow. And their machinations to avoid tabling them should not be accepted or tolerated by the people of Jamaica. And we're going to continue to hammer this home.
That was the PNP's president and opposition leader, Mark Golding. And Mr. Golding says despite several testy moments with the Prime Minister, he is willing to meet with him to discuss matters of national importance.
I don't hold a grudge against somebody who's acted in an intemperate and misguided way. I hope he can learn from his mistakes and come again in a better way. So if he wants to meet with me to discuss anything of importance to the Jamaican people, I'm happy to meet.
Opposition leader Mark Golding, Mr. Golding, says that the discussion could start with the resumption of the Vale Royal talks, which was disrupted last year.
I have been calling for Vale Royal talks. I think we've had 2 since I became leader of the opposition, which is 3.5 years ago. The last one is from way back in 2023. So, we need to have much more regular dialogue to see if we can agree on certain things, that affect the nation, including things like constitutional reform. Because at the end of the day, our approach and things that we regard as important are going to affect how that plays out in the parliamentary process. So, I would always encourage greater consultation and dialogue, and I'm willing to participate in it. He's the one who has been rather reluctant to engage with us.
That was opposition leader Mark Golding. In other news, the counsel for the Gale Division in St. Mary, Giovanni Byfield, says he's deeply troubled by the recent developments to shut down the Gale PC Bank, a long-standing financial institution that has served the agricultural community of Gale for over a century. In a statement yesterday, Councillor Byfield pointed out that the closure of the PC Bank will have a devastating impact on farmers across the division who have relied on this PC Bank for generations to provide essential financial services, including loans, savings accounts, and investment opportunities tailored to the unique needs of the agricultural industry. He said that without access to these critical financial services, farmers in the division will face significant challenges in managing their operations, securing funding for essential purchases such as equipment and seeds, and planning for the future of their business. The closure of the bank, he says, will also disrupt the financial stability of many farming families and threaten the livelihoods of countless individuals who depend on agriculture for their income. Councillor Byfield has subsequently called on the relevant authorities to explore rather all possible avenues to prevent the closure of the bank or to mitigate the negative impact on farmers in the area. He also urged the policymakers and financial institutions to work together to find solutions that will ensure continued access to vital financial services for farmers and support the long-term sustainability of the agricultural sector. You're listening to news on NRP Radio, your primary Christian source for news and sports. The weather on nrpmediaja.com, reaching you where you are. No boundaries, no limitations. Keep it locked on NRP Radio. We'll be back with sports right after this.
Hi, I'm Genevieve.
And I'm Kalisha. And we are the Chryso Praises. You're listening to NRP Media and Radio. Reaching you where you are. No boundaries, no limitations.
And it's now time for us to move on to giving you some information from the sporting arenas of the world. And today, our sportscast comes to you courtesy of Hepburn's Glass. They are located at 13 Chisholm Avenue in Kingston.
Hepburn's Glass Supplies is the latest trend-setting supplier of glass and mirrors in the industry. We specialize in tinted and clear glasses, as well as mirrors for all your windows, doors, and closets at very competitive prices. To maximize your shopping experience, we stock 316 and 1/8 mirror thickness and 316 and quarter thickness in our entire stock of float glasses. We have in stock gloves, cutters, and suction cups at unbeatable prices. Our customer service is second to none, with same-day cutting for your specific measurements. Visit our office at 13 Chisholm Avenue, Kingston 13. Call us at 908-0962 or email hepburn.glass@gmail.com. Hepburn's Glass. Quality service is our priority.
Thank you for staying with us. This is now sports right here on NRP Radio. The time is now 6:44. The domestic-based contingent of the Reggae Boys delegation will arrive at the Norman Mann International Airport today after their successful 1-0 win over Panama yesterday at the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It was the first time Jamaica is defeating the Panama since 2019. It's also Jamaica's highest finish in the history of the CONCACAF Nations League and Dexter Lembikiska's first goal for Jamaica. There were also some other significant importance with this matchup, as it was the first Nations League clean sheet or clean sweep since 27 September 2023 and the first CONCACAF medal since silver in Gold Cup 2017. Jamaica's victories over Panama at the senior level came in 1969 when Jamaica won 2-1. The second time was in 2009 with a 3-2 victory over Panama. And in 2019, Jamaica again defeated Panama 1-0 and by a similar margin again this year. This is also the first time in the history of a CONCACAF Nations League that a Caribbean nation is finishing on the podium. Coach Hamir Halgrimson have a reaction after yesterday's matchup.
I think tactical wise, we played a good performance. Maybe not the best game we have played, but I think we showed by this performance that we can play whatever national team in the world and have a chance against them if we play as tactical as we did today. So going through the game, it was not a game of many chances, but I think overall really a tactically good game from the boys.
That was Reggae Boys coach Hamir Hal Grimson. And Coach Hal Grimson also used the opportunity to paint a picture for the boys going forward during this season.
There is a saying that success is not a destination, success is not a date, is a continuous journey to our right direction. So we're just working on improving this team. Our biggest goal is to try to reach the World Cup finals. But this is a good step to play important matches, to play big tournaments, and to play strong opponents like we did. US and Panama are the two of the three highest ranked CONCACAF teams, and we showed we are closing this gap, even with a number of players not with us. So I have to give a lot of credit to the players, the way they presented themselves for Jamaica tonight.
That was Reggae Boys head coach Hamir Hallgrimson. Meanwhile, Reina, Turner, and Glasgow have all earned CONCACAF Nations League's honors. The awards follow the 2023 CONCACAF Nations League, in which the United States defeated Mexico 2-0 in the final of the 2023-2024 CONCACAF Nations League finals on Sunday night at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Gio Reyna of the United States earned the Best Player Award for his top performance in the 2023-2024 CNL. Reyna finished the tournament with 2 goals and 2 assists in 4 matches played. Reyna also scored in the 3-0 quarterfinal first leg win for the U.S. against Trinidad and Tobago, followed by a goal in the final versus Mexico. He also supplied a pair of assists in extra time in the 3-1 win for the U.S. against Jamaica in the semifinals. The Best Goalkeeper Award was presented by Degree and awarded to Matt Turner of the United States. Turner registered 2 clean sheets in 4 matches, including in the final against Mexico. It is the second consecutive CNL in which Turner has won the Best GK Award. Omari Glasgow of Ghana also won the Top Scorer Award presented by Qatar Airways. As per the competition's regulations, a points system was used to determine the winner of the Top Scorer Award. Ghana youngster Omari Glasgow has won the Young Player Award presented by Aramco and was sensational for the Golden Jaguars in their campaign in League B. Ghana finished with a perfect 5W ODOL record and earned promotion to League A, thanks in large part to Glasgow's 7 goals and 1 assist. At just 19 years of age, Glasgow scored in every one of Ghana's 5 matches in League B, including a hat-trick in the opening 5-1 victory at Antigua and Barbados. And finally, in cricket, Pakistan bowler Mohammad Amir will miss the start of the season with Derbyshire to return to international cricket. The 31-year-old Amirad signed the play for Derbyshire for the first half of the championship season and all the T20 Blast Group games. But he only will be available for 6 group matches after the T20 World Cup. It is expected that Amir will now be named in Pakistan's squad for a 5-match T20 series at home to New Zealand starting on April 18. Left-arm quick bowler Amir last played for his country in 2020, having made 146 appearances across all 3 formats, but retired saying he was mentally tortured by the team's management. That's sports in the NRP Break of Day newscast at this time, brought to you by Hepburn's Glass. They're located at 13 Chisholm Avenue in Kingston, Jamaica. Keep it locked right here on this station as we move now to providing you with international news. We promise to bring you a good news story as often as we can. If you know of or are aware of any event or person whose good story we should highlight, please send that information to our email address at nationalreligiousmediaja@gmail.com or call our WhatsApp 876-336-9928. That's the local news and sports. Stand by now for the latest international news, courtesy of the Voice of America.
This is VOA News. I'm Laurel Bowman. Russia charged 4 men it accused of gunning down scores of people at a concert outside Moscow on Friday night in the deadliest attack inside Russia for 2 decades. Reuters' Gabe Singer reports.
A Moscow court said the 4 suspects charged with acts of terrorism would be remanded in pretrial custody until late May, adding that 3 of the 4 had pleaded guilty to all charges. The attack has prompted some Russian lawmakers to discuss whether the death penalty should be reintroduced. Earlier in the day, Russia lowered flags to half-mast for a day of mourning and people continued to lay flowers in memory of those killed. By Sunday night, the death toll had risen to 137, with over 100 still in the hospital, and some in serious condition. The Islamic militant group Islamic State has claimed responsibility and released footage of the attack, the location of which Reuters was able to confirm.
AP correspondent Charles de Ledesma now reports on an Israeli statement saying hundreds were killed and detained in a week-long Gaza hospital raid.
Israeli military says it killed more than 170 militants and detained about 480 suspects in the raid on Shifa Hospital that began a week ago, calling it a blow to Hamas and other armed groups it says had regrouped there as the war nears the 6-month mark. The fighting highlights the resilience of Palestinian armed groups in a heavily destroyed part of Gaza. Karim Ayman Hafat, who lived in a 5-story building near the hospital, says he huddled in the kitchen for days while explosions sometimes caused the building to shake. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
More than 130 school children kidnapped by gunmen in northwestern Nigeria early this month are released unharmed, officials say.
That was the latest international news there, courtesy of the Voice of America. Stay tuned as we go now to the weather and the latest from the National Meteorological Service of Jamaica. Stay tuned right here on NRP Radio. We bring that information to you momentarily.
Hi, I'm Genevieve.
And I'm Kalisha. And we are the Christo Praises. You're listening to NRP Media and Radio. Reaching you where you are. No boundaries, no limitations.
All right, and as we head now to providing you with that information, let's tell you about what's the latest from the National Meteorological Service of Jamaica. The Met Service says that there is a significant feature of a stationary front just west of Jamaica. The stationary front is expected to dissipate just west of the island later today. On Tuesday, a high-pressure ridge is expected to quickly build across the island and remain over for a few days. In the 24-hour forecast this morning, cloudy with isolated showers mainly across sections of northern and southeastern parishes, becoming partly cloudy. This afternoon, expect isolated showers mainly across sections of eastern and central parishes, otherwise cloudy. Tonight, becoming partly cloudy. In terms of our 3-day forecast starting tomorrow, that's Tuesday through to Thursday. On Tuesday, expect partly cloudy conditions across eastern parishes, otherwise mainly sunny in the morning. Partly cloudy in the afternoon. On Wednesday, mainly sunny in the morning, partly cloudy in the afternoon, especially across southern parishes and hilly areas. On Thursday, expect partly cloudy conditions in the afternoon. In terms of other current regional weather features, there is a high pressure ridge across the northern Caribbean. The maximum temperature expected for Kingston today, 32 degrees Celsius. And the maximum temperature expected for Montego Bay today, 29 degrees Celsius. That is the latest weather report and forecast right here on NRP Radio and NRP Media.
Hi, I'm Genevieve.
And I'm Kalisha. And we are the Christo Praises. You're listening to NRP Media and Radio. Reaching you where you are. No boundaries, no limitations.
And with that, we've come to the end of our news presentation for this morning. But before we go, here are the headlines once again. Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis expected to dispatch 2 reports to Parliament today. Member of Parliament for Southern Manchester Robert Chin apologizes to the Integrity Commission offices for failure to have the matter regarding outstanding financial records resolved. Opposition leader calls the government's recent treatment of the Integrity Commission reports scandalous. A decision to close the Gale PC Bank in St. Mary raises concern for sitting councillor. And in sports, Reggae Boys' local contingent returns home today after their successful 1-0 win over Panama yesterday. The full half-an-hour package of news in the NRP Break of Day newscast came to you courtesy of NRP Radio, reaching you where you are. No boundaries, no limitations. Here is your invitation to join us again this evening at 6:30 for the NRP Evening News Roundup. On behalf of the entire news and production teams, I am Leon Nash for NRP News. We encourage you to join this growing medium by subscribing to our YouTube channel at NRP Media JA. Yes, NRP Media JA. Feel fulfilled and informed. Have a good rest of your morning. Reminding you too that if you walk, ride, or drive, do everything in your effort to arrive alive. This has been the news right here on NRP Radio and NRP Media. All right, we're going to invite you to stay with us on the radio platform now, nrpmediaja.com. Those of us who are on Facebook and on the YouTube channel, we're going to be segueing now back to the radio platform. So please, if you so desire to continue to listen to NRP Radio, please go on over to our radio platform at nrpmediaja.com. The program that's Let the Word Speak with Reverend Paul Blair will be coming up on top of the hour at 7 o'clock. Until then, keep on listening and continue to be blessed as we broadcast 24 hours per day, 365 days per year. So once again, we're going to be closing out the YouTube and Facebook pages at this time and inviting you to go on over to our radio platform for the continuation of a normal broadcast in our 24-hour